My big why for why I've started Your Right to Be and why I do what I do with women is because I see the state of the world. I see the state of our politics, our culture, and I think we're in the state that we're in because a huge amount of women's potential and talents and gifts just aren't shared. And I think if we're going to emerge into a new, more healthy, sane, sustainable future, it's going to be stewarded by women. And what I really want to be doing is supporting visionary women in entrepreneurship and artistry and in leadership. These women who've got a vision for a better society, a better future. I really want to be supporting them and resourcing them and helping them to really resource themselves so that they can fully share their gifts and talents with the world, but without coming from this place of depletion or burnout or it costing them their health and well-being and their relationships to do so. And I think, we've inherited this model of success and ambition, which is incredibly yang and masculine. And it doesn't work for a lot of women. And it doesn't bring out the best in women. And so I really think that for a woman to really do her soul's work, to really contribute what it is that she's here to contribute, that needs to come from a place of deep resource. So when I look around right now at women who are stepping into these positions of leadership and cultural reimagination, what I see is them like spread very thin and really overextended and overworking because we're often trying to emulate a version of success or how to do things that aren't of our nature. And so when you're operating out of your alignment with your nature, it's like you're doing all of the things, but you're not doing the thing, like the thing that's your genius. And when you're doing the thing that's your genius, it's life-giving, it's regenerative, yeah? So I guess what I'm trying to do is help women create nourishing lives where they're deeply resourced so that they can do the leadership work, the creative work that's going to steward in this new version of society and culture that we desperately need in a way that's regenerative to them and to the collective. And so what's my personal journey with it? So upon reflection, I realized, like many of us, I grew up heavily conditioned by good girl conditioning, this sense of needing to please other people, to be likable, to not rock the boat, and to overgive, to prioritize other people's needs and wishes and desires over my own, and to be in a kind of service orientation to other people rather than really in tune with my desires, what I wanted, what I needed. So I spent a lot of my time growing up not really knowing who I was, shape shifting, being all the things to all the people, but sort of untethered from my own kind of purpose, untethered from my own sense of myself. And then I also, as part of this, internalized this idea that success had to look a certain way and that I needed to achieve in order to be worthy and valuable in the world. Yeah. And so that just led to a lot of striving, a lot of hard work, a lot of overextending myself to achieve these external markers of success, and I became a really A-type personality. So I got great grades, I got a first in my degree, I went on and did a master's degree, I got the great job. And it was always this sense of like, when I get to the next achievement, then I'll arrive, then I will be worthy, then I will be successful. And well, the more that I did that, the more I got these achievements each time. They never added up to quite what I thought they were going to add up to. They never quite added up to the lifestyle that I wanted or the sense of satisfaction and meaning in my life. And what they did create and lead up to was a lot of burnout. actually. So I had several periods of burnout in my 20s, and in particular one, a really significant one when I was about 28. I often describe myself as like a type A personality in a highly sensitive person's body. Yeah. It's like this sense of drivenness or ambition that had kind of been hijacked into a certain direction. This need to prove myself or achieve certain external markers to feel worthy was in direct opposition to the soft animal body that I have and the sensitive nature that I have and the very cyclical being I am. And so I was always overriding this more softer, intuitive part of me to achieve these ambitious goals. And it just wasn't sustainable. It never worked. And it would just lead to this sense of burnout and ill health. And so I guess in my early 30s, I just started thinking, there's got to be a different way. There's got to be another way. And really starting to think through for myself, what does a successful life actually look and feel like day to day for me? A successful life that doesn't rely on me overworking. It doesn't rely on me people pleasing or trying to be someone that I'm not. And it doesn't come from me neglecting my needs. So yeah, real reevaluation of what do I actually want in my life? What do I want it to look like? And then from there, starting to question these narratives that we've been given and these ways that we've been taught that we need to be in the world in order to be successful. So as part of this sense of reimagining what a successful life looked like for me, and one that didn't rely on me overworking and overgiving, didn't rely on me trying to be someone that I'm not in order to please other people. And it didn't rely on me neglecting my own needs. So what does a successful life look like when I was really just being myself, and with a real sense of I am worthy and valuable just as I am. What do I want to do with who I am, rather than I need to prove that I'm somebody or I need to be someone I'm not. And in the process of that, just starting to untangle some of these cultural narratives and norms that we're indoctrinated with from birth around what success looks like, what happiness looks like, what we should want from our lives, and what actually really gives us meaning, what is life-giving in our lives. And as part of my journey, I discovered Buddhism in my mid-20s. So that's obviously been a real path for me. And the main part of that really was around reconnecting with who I truly am, coming out of trying to be someone else or the persona that I developed around myself, and really rediscovering my own body, my own experience, who I am when I'm not thinking I need to be someone else, and then really getting in touch with what I truly desire, what really lights me up, what really brings me to life, what do I really value. I'm still a really ambitious person, but the ambition feels like it's coming from a very different place. And rather than being so externally driven or needing to achieve something to prove something about myself, it feels more like I'm ambitious around liberating creative expression and really contributing what I'm here to contribute, that I uniquely alone can contribute. And so as part of that, in this redefining of success and ambition for myself, that's also the path that I see that I'm here to support other women to do. Because really what I want for all of us is that we're here contributing our full selves to this world, to the future we want to create. And that means not leaving any parts of ourselves out, but also not trying to be something that we're not. So really just trying to find our own unique way forward towards our own unique version of success, which is going to be completely original to you and look very different from anyone else. And that's led me to create Your Right to Be and to create the coaching programs that I do, using my own journey and own path to support other women who want to do the same, who are wildly ambitious for their whole lives, for that they want to contribute something very significant and meaningful to a new vision of the future, and they also want to live a very meaningful and deep and rich, spacious life at the same time. And they don't want to keep either not really fulfilling what they've got to give or sacrificing their health and happiness and well-being values in order to achieve something. Yeah. So I just don't think we have to choose. I think we can do both. And that's what I'm here still in my own explorations around, but supporting other women to do the same.